Hello everyone and welcome again to another episode of My Summer Car. Today we're going to get a little bit deeper and we are going to work on our engine. I promised it in the first episode, I'm going to follow through on this one. And we start right where we left off, in the restroom. It is dark, it is time for a nap, fatigue is full, and for an uninterrupted nap time I'm going to unplug the phone and go get our nap. Yes, I know. I promised working on the car. That's coming, but you've got to take care of your primary needs first. Okay. That should work. And let's go ahead and plug the phone back in for just in case somebody's got something interesting to say. Did I grab food last time? I grabbed food last time. Hooray. Okay. Take care of that. And while I would like to use beer as my primary source of food and drink, I'm a little bit low, so it's going to be this today. There we go. And off camera, I did some things, such as this, since we've got the handy-dandy ability to lean through walls. Let's make sure our timer's all the way up. Grab some water, clean ourselves off. Oh, that feels good. It's nice to be clean. It just bothers me that it takes so darn long to do this. I did, while I was away, look up a mod that included a shower. That did not actually work, unfortunately. The idea was there's now a shower, you just turn on the shower and you near instantly get clean. And that's the way I would like it. It makes sense, there's a shower here. It does not break immersion in any way, shape, form, or fashion, and it makes my life a whole lot easier. So if it works, I'll keep testing it, and if I do find a way for it to work, I'll link in the description how, when, and where to go get that, because it would make my life so much easier. Come on, one more. Whoop, whoop. That'll work. That can stay right there. That's not a problem. Don't want to run the water all day. Let's go ahead and get outside and see what we can do to our engine. So, last we left, we had just put in the crankshaft. Now it is time for the head gasket, because why not? We need to put in the camshaft. And when I first put this in there, I didn't know where the screws were. The screws are, I do believe, on this end. Yes, it is. So go ahead and get this open, tool mode, and a good place to start is a 7. It is not a 7. Is it an 8? It is not an 8. Is it a 9? It is not a 9. Maybe it's a 6. It does look kind of small. I don't expect it to be. Oh, it was a 5. It was absolutely a 5. In my own personal playthrough, as I'm kind of learning how to do this off camera so that you guys see a lot less fumbling around, I have found that the ratchet is quite nice. Let's see, what do we need next? We've got our pistons in there. Maybe time for our cylinder head. Boom! Cylinder head. And I think that's it's either 7. Yeah, it's a 7. When in doubt, try a 7. Do not forget all of these. I'll give you guys some tips on tuning this thing up once it's all together, but it's a little bit early for that. So we'll get to it when we get to it. I do need to go ahead and flip this thing over after, just to make sure that I did in fact make all of the stuff tight. Because if it's loose, it might break. And it looks like all the bolts are nice and tight. Good. Okay, so we need this, the rocker shaft, there we go. And I think that's an 8. It's just a little bit bigger. Yep, that's an 8. And to tune this on top, it just takes a screwdriver. And it does take quite a bit of testing to get that to work. Okay, let's see. The next thing I would like to do, kind of hang that off the edge there and get this plate. Pretty sure this is the side that goes on, and... Really? Is that not it? Okay. Come on, I grabbed you. You can do it. There we go. Yep. It was, yep, that's it. That's how that goes on there. Boom! No screws or anything special for this one, which is nice. And while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and assemble the clutch. There aren't any nuts or screws or bolts for that. This should go on next, and I think that's either an 8 or a 10. That is not a 10. Is it a 9? No. It's 8 like I thought it was. No. Let's try an 11. Nope. 12. Nope. Oh, come on. Just to speed things up here. Come on. Oh. That's not any better. That should be better though. Let's grab that engine block and come around like that. That buzzing you hear is the sauna. It takes forever. Oh, okay, what was that? That was a 7. Like I said before, when in doubt, choose a 7. Make sure all of these are nice and tight. Whoop. And it fell through the table a little bit. Not entirely sure why that happened, but it happened. Yep, and almost missed one there. So, let's see. Next, we want the starter. Where's the starter? That's not a starter, that's a gear thing. Oh, hey, there we go. There's the starter. Should go in. Boom! Got a starter. And that, I think, takes a 7. Yep, and it does. And is there another one on the other side? Yes, there is. Okay, now we've got our starter. Let's see. Fuel pump, maybe? It's not the fuel pump. Where's the fuel pump? There's the fuel pump. And this baffled me there for a little bit last time I was going through here, because it's one of the things that plugs into the side of the engine. This side? No, it's not that side. It's gotta be this side. And I think it goes... there, right there. That's where it goes. See, is that the infamous 7? Yes, it is. So from the fuel pump here, which is driven by a little spindle that goes down to a thing, goes back around and goes into the carburetor when we get to it. Let's turn this guy around all the way so we can start putting things on. Let's see, I think maybe the camshaft gear goes next. Yep, it looks like it does. And that looks like 11. Not an 11. It must be bigger than 11. It's bigger than a 12. It's bigger than a 13? There are a couple of bolts here that don't quite line up with what they look like. said 11, didn't I? Is that a 9? That's not a 9. Is that an 8? It's not an 8. It was already not a 7. Let's try the 10 again. Oh, it was a 10. The one that I didn't try is the one that it was. Isn't that the way it always goes? After that goes on, do believe timing chain. No, because there's another piece that's missing. Let's see, what else goes there? Water pump goes there. Let's see, let's go find the water pump and see if it goes on before or after. I think it goes after. And when I say after, I mean the timing cover. But the timing chain goes under the timing cover. That's not the camshaft pulley, is it? No, because that wouldn't make any sense. What else could go there? Water pump is the only thing that I could think of that would go there. It's got to be the water pump. Let's go ahead and try the timing. No, can't do that. There's no way. There's another small gear that goes right there. A little bit of looking will fix me. I'm sometimes just a touch slow. That's where it goes. That's the timing chain. It did just go right on. Then the timing cover and all of its stuff. Let's see. We're on like a 10. Let's try the trusty rusty 7. It's not a 7. It looks bigger than a 7. 8, 9. Was that a 9? That was not a 9. Nope. Try the 10. Is it 11? No. Is it a 12? No. Wow. Let's try a 6. Is that a 6? It's a 6. See, that's a deceptively small number for that bolt. Not all of your real world skill, should you have any, will translate right on over. So don't get too discouraged too quick, because I've done this like 3 times before and I still stumble. That goes there, and of course it's a different size. But it's the trusty rusty 7. Oh man, so many bolts. Okay, and after that goes the water pump pulley. Boom! Is that a 7? That's a 7. Cool. Okay, that's in. What do we need next? Don't think this is it, but there we go. That was it. And that looks to be like a 12. It's not a 12. There we go. It's an 11. In case you're following along at home, that is an 11. And just for the sake of keeping up with it, it should go there. Why does that not go there? Wait, because you need the alternator in there first. Ha! Trying to do things all out of order again. Should stop doing that. Okay, over here, let's go ahead and get our clutch cover, our clutch and cover plate and other things. And if I was going to guess, that'd be like a 6. Is that a 6? That is a 6! Hey, I'm getting better at this. The more you do something, the better you get at it. Yeah, don't want to miss a single thread on these because I don't want things to go off the rail super fast. And there's not one there. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. That looks very good. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put the distributor in. Another one of those random holes that it just goes right in. Boom. And it's got an oddball size bolt in the back, which is the same as these on the front here. Okay, we've got that on there, and I'm absolutely 100% getting ahead of myself, and I should not do that. We've got access to spark plug holes now. And I got to put them in one at a time. Got to walk them over here one at a time. And they are keyed per cylinder. Boom. There goes 1. Here comes 2. It's very touchy on where you get that in. And I've seen some people hand tighten these. But, I mean, really, there's a special tool in the toolbox just for it. And it stands out. So why not? Get that in there nice and tight. So in real life, if one of these comes out or is too loose, it's not going to run right at all. You may actually even blow one out, which is unpleasant, and I should know because it's happened to me. Not fun stuff. Let's see, these go right there, and you can, in fact, go ahead and tighten that bolt. When you get it to the car, I don't even know what size that was. Let's try the 7, because it usually is. It's not a 7. There's only 2 smaller. We'll go ahead and go smaller. But if you go ahead and tighten it, even dangling in the air out here like that, it will be ready to roll when you get the engine in. There we go. And it's a bit easier to find and reach like this. Okay. I think that's it for the bottom half. Not counting this, the oil pan, because that definitely comes last. Would help if I angled that right. Boom! Now, I do not at all remember what size that is, but an 8's not a terrible place to start. Neither is that 7, if I can pick that up. Hey, it's a 7! Surprising literally no one. So, when we do get the ratchets in, we'll get a phone call saying, hey, our order has arrived. And it's nice because you can't accidentally unscrew anything. You put it into screw-in mode and it screws it in. And nothing else. Okay, I don't see any other loose bolts. Ooh, what was that? Okay, that's good. That's loose. Why is that loose? That looks bigger than the 7. Let's try the 8. Let's try the 9. Try the 10. There we go. Oh, okay. Oh boy. On my own personal playthrough, I definitely didn't screw that bolt in. Which may have been the source of some of my frustration. I would like to say that you're probably best off putting it in as many things as you can on the engine before you put it in, because it is a massive pain to put stuff in while it's in the engine well. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this, the exhaust manifold. I don't think there's one on the bottom side here, but I'm going to check anyway. But there's definitely the two on each end, and at least one in the middle. Is there no lights up? Okay. And from there, we go to the carburetor. Boom, carburetor. And if you notice, I said something about the fuel line attaching to the carburetor. Guess what? It did! Fortunately, there is not actually anything to install right there, which is awesome. No screws. That screw you saw there is behind it. And when you're leaning into the car, you can grab this and rev the engine as you're tuning things, which makes things so much easier. Man, do I have mosquito spray around here somewhere? That's getting old. That's not a I'm dirty thing. That is a there's a mosquito here thing. I don't remember where I put all the groceries, but guaranteed next time I go, I'm getting some mosquito spray. Let's see. Drive gear goes in. Where does that go in? Oh, it goes in on the end here. Boom. That looks to be about like a 7. But I think we've already got a 7. Do we? Oh, something lit up. Not what we wanted though. 6? Yeah, there we go. Turns out that's a 6. Yeah. It definitely feels nice making progress here. Let me guess, oh, you are as well. Do not forget that one. That's the one that actually lets you change gears and stuff. And I may be messed up a bit because that definitely goes on before the transmission does. Boom. I believe that's a 7 or an 8. It's a 7. So in real life there's totally a gasket that goes there, because no matter how nice and tight you get that, it's never nice and tight enough that it won't leak at least some oil. So a nice tight gasket seal is definitely called for right there. But having a nice transmission to set things on definitely makes it easier getting around this engine, because it kind of levels out the bottom of the engine. Yeah. And this definitely has to go on after the timing cover does. It does not play nice if it doesn't. Okay, and that should take care of our transmission. Let's see, we need this guy. But we've got to rotate the engine yet again. And if you get sick and tired of rotating the engine like this, there is an engine hoist. And we will be getting to that soon. We're just not to it just yet. Okay, come on. Is there something else I'm missing over here? I feel like there's something I'm missing over here. Unless it goes on the far side. That doesn't make a whole ton of sense. It's already kind of crowded over here. Oh, that was it. That was it. Oh, 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 boom! Haha! Ah, that's a good feeling. That really is. And it's a 7 again. to literally no one's surprise, that's probably something like an 8 or 9. Did I not grab the 8? I didn't grab the 8. Here's 10, 11, 12, 13. Come on. There's no way it's bigger than a 13. So what that tells me is it's probably a nut on the backside. Yep, it's a nut on the backside. Gotta go all the way back down to something like a 10. Yeah! Look at me calling it out. Okay. So this bolt right there, that's not a bolt. I mean, it's a screw. You're going to adjust how far out the alternator is with your hand and then use your screwdriver to make it nice and tight. Go ahead and you're gonna go on? Huh? Punk? There shouldn't be any other belt-driven components over here. I don't know why it's not playing nice, but it's not playing nice. We'll get to it in a little bit. There's your oil filter, which goes in on the other side. Oh no! Like I said before, if you don't like picking up and moving the engine, oh man, that's going to be a mess. Boom. I have the block. There we go. Oil filter goes on right there. Screw it on with just your hand. There you go. That is the majority of the engine taken care of right now. I'm not going to put that cover on just yet. Let's take a quick look around to make sure we're not missing anything super duper critical. No? Nothing engine critical except for that valve cover and the air filter, both of which are going to wait until it's time to tune and we're ready to start putting things into the car. And since we've made it this far and I wanted to just kind of show off the motor today, that's where we're going to call it. Be expecting in the next episode to potentially be getting our ratchets, and we're definitely, ratchets or no ratchets, even though it'd be nice, we are going to work on the frame. We're going to get the frame in there, we're going to get the suspension in there, and we're going to make a nice car and probably roll it into the shop so we can drop the motor in it in the next one. Well guys, I had fun making this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I will see you in the next one.